Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of Real Life Trading Class Number 3 under the newbie section. Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys all doing? William Robertson in the house. How you doing, William? Bob, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Chris Albanese, my number one. Chris, hope you're doing great. Stan, how you doing? Yo, what's up, buddy? Hey, man, we had a good chat this morning. Thanks for doing that for me. I really do appreciate that. Alex Wong, hey, Alex. Dude, glad to have you here, man. Thanks for showing up. Ru Yi, hello, Ru Yi. It's been so long since I've had you in class. I'm excited. Jessica Randall, how are you and Anthony doing? Hope you guys are doing well. No more peas, right, Jessica? Warner Christensen, how are you doing, Warner? Bob says, what's up, Jeremy? Not too much, my man. My girlfriend Ashley is trying to get me fat. There's like 7 cupcakes right beside my desk. And she knows I like cupcakes, and she knows I have 0 chance of not eating all of them. So I'm working on that. Walt, hey Walt, how you doing? Ozzy, everyone's here, ladies and gentlemen. This is great. You guys should be able to see my screen. Everything should be okay. Tonight might not be the longest class in the world. What we're going to talk about tonight, Troy Beinhauer, is the tools of trading. That's really what we're going to be discussing, because in class 1, I talked about the simplicity of trading. All you need, buy low, sell high, find a good candlestick, go at it. Class 2, we talked about risk mitigation. So what we're going to do is review. Because again, some of you are in the beginning stages of your trading, and your goal is to keep everything super simple. A few of you are here just totally as a review, because some of you are professional real life traders. I mean, you guys see there's Karen. Karen is just an absolute trading monster, and I don't even know what this, I mean, she's just insanely good. But she's still here just to support everyone else, all the other real life traders from around the world who might be brand new in their trading journey. So this is a review of what it is, what it takes, and a very, very simplistic overview of what to do in a trading. So if you guys want to write down 8 easy steps, I think I broke down the whole trading from beginning to end into 8 simple steps. I'm going to do my best. I think these are pretty accumulative. I think you'll dig them. I think you'll dig it. Dun, dun, dun. I think you'll dig it. So, step number one. Find the stock that you wish to look at. So you can either use a scanner, you can have a watch list by pulling up a company that you're familiar with. But that's really step number 1. Find the company. So whatever, I mean, Priceline, Chipotle, Krispy Kreme Donuts, Whole Foods, Walmart, whatever the company is. Find the company. Number 2, pull up your charting software. Now, there's many other charting softwares out there. We're going to be going over a few of them tonight. But for my brand new people out in the world, TradingView is so simple and easy. There is the process is like you log on, boom, you pull it up, you're ready to go. You can do this at work. You can do this on your phones for the majority of you. It's a really, really easy software to use. So if you find the company that you want to find, you go into tradingview.com and you pull it up. Step number 3, chart the stock, finding the support level. Number 4, open up your brokerage account. Number 5, buy to open as it bounces off support. Number 6, confirm the bounce with a 1 white soldier candle pattern. Number 7, set your stop and risk 1R. And number 8, sell to close at resistance. Are there any questions about those 8 steps? Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to make it much more complicated than that. That can kind of be about it. Those are your 8 steps. I mean, again, for my brand new traders out there. John Wheeler says that was short. Yeah, it's not too bad. That's it. Right? Find the stock, pull up the chart it, find your support, go to your brokerage, set up your order, place your stop, move on. Go play golf. Go hang out with the grandkids. Whatever you're doing. Keith, we're going to be talking about that in just one moment. Boom. Done. Real. Simple. I like my little periods there. I think that's fun. Boom, done, real simple.com. You guys better go ahead and buy that one. Boom.done.real.simple.com. Santi, how you doing, Santi? Are you on notebook or what? You should be able to see my chart. I can see my screen okay. Give me some ones if you guys can see my screen okay, just to verify. All right, cool. Just want to make sure. You're on an iPad. Gotcha. Yeah, if you're on an iPad, Santi, you might have some issues actually visualizing. But so far, awesome. Thanks for all the ones, guys. You rock. Dale Roth. How you doing, Dale? Okay, so that's a pretty simple review, I think. So again, choose a company that you interact with on the day-to-day basis. Find a stock that has, $5 in value, has more than 1 million shares traded on average, and these are some examples of some stocks. So guys, it really is that simple. You don't have to scour the internet for hours to find a company to trade. You really, really don't. You don't have to sign up for a really, really expensive newsletter or a stock picking service. I mean, you can pick 4 of these stocks right there, any of these 4, and you will have trading opportunity after trading opportunity after trading opportunity. Okay? Thanks, Jess Hancock, for letting me know that. I appreciate it. So you can choose one of those. So here's the tools then. Oops, I think I pressed something too far. Here's the tools that we're going to be working on. We're going to be going over the tools. We're going to go over what you need, the actual mechanics of everything. So the physical nuts and bolts of trading, if you will. Because most of you guys are getting the idea, okay, I know how to do the stock. I know what to do from there. Let's talk charting softwares. Charting softwares. So I've kind of broken down a few charting softwares for you. And I've gone through, and this is a Jerremy Newsome rating system. Jerremy Newsome rating system, which means F is failure, A is awesome. That's an American grading system for my non-American students. I don't know what other people have in other countries, but I absolutely know that there are people here tonight from Indonesia, Philippines, Australia. I'm assuming you guys do F to A, but I really don't know. Can you guys enlighten me? Is there any other grading scale out there that I don't know? Troy said the translating tool is off the chain. Thanks, man. That's because there's a lot of international people here. Is there anything else? What do you guys think? A to F. All right, so most of you guys get the idea. So here's some charting softwares. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that this class is not super, super long, we're actually almost already halfway through, is because it is that simple. Let's talk charting softwares. Does anyone have any questions about any of these or any other charting software and or my opinions on them? This is a time where you guys, this is an open forum, right? I'm not selling anything. This is a free class. I'm here. Chat. Let's go. Let's see what you can do. Keith Andrews, thank you. He said Russia uses 1 to 5. Gotcha. So is 5 good? Keith, is that correct? Is 5 good? Awesome. So then this would be 5, 5, 5, 4.5, and this would be like a 4. So, Gary, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Sally said, why are the major pro platforms at the B range? So let's talk about these. So I'll kind of go through them. TradingView, MotiveWave, Trade Navigator, I like. These are, TC2000 and the B- of NinjaTrader. The only reason they have a B and a B- rating, along with eSignal, is they are very, very pricey. Very, very pricey. They compare in cost. They're like 5 or 6 times more expensive than any other, charting software. They are pricey, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing horrifically bad about that. There are other charting softwares out there. I just choose not to list them that sell for $15,000. NinjaTrader and TC2000 are not that expensive by any means. They're not $15,000, but they are more pricey than other charting softwares. So these three are the most expensive ones. That's the only main reason that I got a B rating for those. Freestockcharts.com, I got a B rating because they have a lot of ads on there. The data is free and it's provided by BATS data, and it's usually not perfect. It's close, but it's okay. If you sign up through freestockcharts.com, you also get bombarded by every other giant company out there in the world trying to sell you stuff. Hey, buy this new Fibonacci class, or buy this new candlestick class, or this Ichimoku clouds, or on and on and on. You sign up for freestockcharts.com, you're going to get like 47 emails a day from different companies. I like Thinkorswim a lot. A B rating, a B plus rating is very, very high. Both Street Smart Edge and Thinkorswim, honestly, I probably should rank Thinkorswim a little bit higher than Street Smart Edge now that I'm thinking about it with some recent developments that they've had. Both of these are good though. Really, really good. Thinkorswim, you know what? I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that right now for you guys. I'm going to change this right now. Da-da-da-da-da. Give me about 3 seconds. Ha! Done. Look at that, Ange. Isn't that cool? There we go. New ranking. I do like Thinkorswim a little bit better than Street Smart Edge. Street Smart Edge is the charting software provided by Charles Schwab. We're going to be talking about charting softwares in just a little bit. Okay? Brokers. Thinkorswim is not only a charting software, but it's also a broker. It really is a very good charting software. It's a good broker. It's solid. The reason I like these two the best is I've used them for years and years, MotiveWave and Trade Navigator. They're both great. I like MotiveWave even more so than Trade Navigator because Trade Navigator does not work on a Mac, so an iPad or Apple computer. In my opinion, though, for a brand new trader or someone who doesn't like to get bombarded with emails, sales emails, like freestockcharts.com, TradingView is awesome. TradingView is really, really good. They have a social network component, and you can follow traders on TradingView and see their charts. I kind of like, so far, I like everything about TradingView. I really kind of do. This is TradingView. This is the one that I use, and this is what Real Life Trading uses as a company. And, it has a charting application that's really simple to use. They do have a payment option for it, but it is free. You can continuously use it forever for free if you want to. You never have to pay for anything. You can't do that much with the free edition, but it's okay. It's really not that bad. I have a $20 package for Real Life Trading. So my company and Real Life Trading Company, we only spend $20 a month for the data. And that's real-time, streaming, able to day trade data, and I haven't had an issue with it to date. The other really cool thing is you can follow Real Life Trading, and you can follow our ideas and charts on it. So if you have an email, you sign up or you follow us, I'll send this out to you guys. That its own is kind of cool. So let me see if I can find it. Where is it? How to follow reallifetrading.com on TradingView. I'll send this to you in the chat pane just in case you guys don't have it already, okay? That YouTube video is probably worth like $100. Because we post the charts, you can look and see how they played out. That's really cool. You can do Forex, you can do futures, you can do bonds, you can do indices, you can do whatever you want. It's really not that expensive. If you do the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak, it's like, I think $40 a month, which is, much cheaper than the majority of other brokers other charting softwares out there. Dean says, TradingView data is accurate even if it's free. Yes, TradingView data and freestockcharts.com get the same data when it's free. Dean, they get it from BATS data. So it's about 90% accurate. 90% accurate on the free version is absolutely enough to swing trade with. It is enough to swing trade with. Both of them. So that's why I list freestockcharts.com. Both of those charting softwares are good. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the world and the future is going over to free as far as education is concerned. Education helps shift and change lives. So that's one of the reasons that real life trading is the first of its kind to come out with free information like we have, because that's, we want to be the frontier, the trailblazer for all of that. So in 4 or 5 years down the road, when all of the companies burn out and they do what they're going to do, the information on the web is going to be free for many, many, many things. So TradingView, yes, it is free. You can use it for free. Freestockcharts.com, also free. Those are the only two on this that are just insanely, totally free. And all you have to have is a web browser. I sign up for TradingView data because I day trade professionally and I want to have perfect data. So I think that's... Any other questions on charting softwares? I'm going to get to brokers in just 1 second. Any other questions? Jim, that's a very good question, Jim. Jim Grimes is a good friend of mine. Is asking about, can you do back trading like in Trade Navigator on TradingView? You can't yet. You cannot yet. They are building it. TradingView is a little newer. It's a tad newer, but they are going to implement that yet. They're going to implement that. Teresa Wellbrook says, would you recommend changing to TradingView if I own MotiveWave? If you already own MotiveWave, you don't have to. No, MotiveWave is a good platform. I'm sure that you pay for data at some portion of MotiveWave. You could do both. You could do both. You can get the free TradingView and you can follow real life trading. I mean, if you guys want to do that, just simply follow us on TradingView. Truth be told, the students in real life trading are fanatics. You guys are just wildly incredible. And real life trading became one of the top producers of information on TradingView in the first week of our launch. Isn't that pretty dope? Yeah, it's cool. So it was like within the first week, we were already one of the biggest publishers on TradingView, and they're already starting to notice us, and maybe there's gonna be some partnerships in the future. But whatever, they're a good broker. They're a good charting software. Gary said, what data does TradingView use? So when it's free, Gary, it uses everything that other free companies use. It's called BATS data. BATS data is similar to Yahoo Finance, Google Finance. It's like 90% accurate. If you want the exchange rated data, you do have to pay for that. There's no real way around that unless the exchanges begin to stop selling data. Harry Anderson said, TradingView syncs between computers because it's web-based. Only one which does this well. Good point, Mr. Anderson. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, so that's, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a kind of an open forum class. Since I'm not selling anything, I don't have to build this grand, crescendo and say, if you want my charting software, here it is. If you guys want to use them, that's my personal opinions on charting softwares. Make sure to come back in the future. We will have more in-depth charting software reviews, videos, and write-ups. Okay, we will have, real life trading is going to have videos. I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna try to, at some point, real life trading is going to walk students through all of these brokers. That'll be in the future, but that's kind of a goal that I have. I said brokers, charting softwares. Dale said, can you chart TSX? Yes, you can chart TSX on TradingView. Yep. So there we go. Let's talk about brokers. Here they are. Options Express, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, all of those. So here is your list of brokers. Any questions on these? Do I have TradeStation? I do not have TradeStation on this list, but I could add it easily. I'll add it to this list over here. It's going to throw some things out of sync, but that's okay. Give me about 3 seconds to add that. I'm going to put Trade King, TradeStation. Just for now. I'll change that in the future. Because a lot of you guys have been asking about TradeStation lately. There it is, the brokers. So let's see what you guys have going on. Angie will send a link to Ryan Simpson. There's a link in the chat pane, Ryan Simpson, to get the video. Earl said, why A+ for some? Get to that in just 1 second. William said, how are you rating your brokers? We'll talk about that in just a second. So I rate them over everything. I kind of rate them over everything, but what I usually rate them is with personal experience. I've used a lot of brokers. Options Express, in my opinion, so far is the easiest to use, plus the most advanced combined. So what I mean by that is it's very, very advanced, so it can do pretty much everything that I teach. Contingency orders, bracket orders, futures, anything you want to trade. Options Express is a very, very good broker. The commissions are high. They do have a little bit pricey commissions, but that's not a reason to make them less ranked specifically. But they're very easy to use. They're very, very user friendly. They're easy to open. They're owned by Charles Schwab. I like Options Express. So far, of any broker I've used, the best. The option chains work well. Their customer service is good, so on and so forth. Interactive Brokers. So I have an account with Options Express. I have an account with Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers, in my opinion, bar none, is the most complex broker that I can find. Interactive Brokers is an international company, so it takes students and clients from Africa, Taiwan, Canada, all of that. Interactive Brokers does have a $10,000 minimum account deposit unless you're under the age of 24 or something. So that's one, small drawback for my brand new traders who might have a smaller account. But, the user friendliness, I don't know if that's a word, but the user friendliness of Interactive Brokers is not there. Interactive Brokers, you've got to know what you're doing to use them. I mean, they are large. They are large. There is everything that you can imagine on Interactive Brokers. And that kind of coincides with Thinkorswim. The reason Interactive Brokers is kind of battling for the top 2 and the top 3, very, very cheap commissions. So Thinkorswim and Options Express are pretty much side by side when it comes to commission. They're pretty expensive. They're pretty pricey. They're pretty dang pricey. Interactive Brokers is very cheap commissions, but Thinkorswim, like Interactive Brokers, is quite complex. It's not user-friendly. It takes a few months to really get a hang of it, and that is about it. All three of those do have virtual trading. Yes, that is correct. All those do have virtual trading. Options House is about to get bought out by TradeMonster. When I say about to, I mean like it's beginning to happen soon. It's beginning to happen pretty soon. So TradeMonster, I believe it's TradeMonster. Is that correct? Can you guys verify that with me? I'm pretty sure it is. But TradeMonster, I think, is going to be buying out Options House. TradeMonster and Options House, I give them a pretty good B rating. Most of the reason is because advanced option orders, they're a little bit behind the 8 ball on advanced option orders. So, for example, in Options House, let's say you wanted to set a trigger to buy a trade. Stock comes up, gets triggered, and now you want to set your target and you want to set your stop, and you want both of those to be an OCO order based on the stock price. If you're trading an option, you can't do that in Options House, and you can't really do that in TradeMonster. So again, they're okay. I like Charles Schwab, believe it or not. I've used them before. Charles Schwab has that street smart edge charting software. I would actually go as far as saying Charles Schwab is one of the best brokers, quote unquote, that's the big name broker. So, E-Trade, Scottrade, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Merrill Lynch, all those are over here. In my opinion, for really, really new traders, they're okay. but they're kind of old and antiquated. Unfortunately, they just really kind of are. That's why I gave them C ratings. They're good, obviously. I mean, they're huge companies. Most of them are publicly traded, but they're very antiquated. Most of their customer service doesn't know what the heck you're talking about. So on and so forth. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, so for some brokers, with the new style of trading that's out there, some day trading, some of the platforms, some of the simplicity of trading kind of is lacking in Scottrade. Scottrade, E-Trade. Scottrade doesn't really have the best options chain. And not only that, but also there's so much information on E-Trade, Scottrade, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade. I mean, there's just so much news information. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much news out there. I mean, it's like as soon as you open up any account, you have like 500 million tabs over here of news that you could click on and watch and kind of get distracted from your trades or whatever. So that's the other reason. But otherwise, they're good. I like them. TradeStation, ladies and gentlemen, many people have been asking me about this recently, and TradeStation is a good broker. They used to be down here for me, but they've been taking some leaps forward because they're marketing. They're very interesting. What TradeStation does, and they do this for everyone, is they approach education companies. They approach education companies and they say, hey, if you have a bunch of clients who paid for your education, send us your clients and we will give them a discount in commissions if they want. They do that with everyone. That's not special. So if you've been led to believe that's a special thing, it's not. TradeStation does it with everyone. As a matter of fact, they're trying to do that with us. I'm actually, I'm probably going to be talking to them sometime next week. So TradeStation's a good broker. Are they the best? No, they're not the best. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. They are good. They're going to get better. I will say that. I know they are growing. They used to be kind of the bottom of the barrel, but now they're getting better and better and better over time. And I think that's kind of cool, that marketing ploy that they have of, hey, getting education companies and saying, if you pay that much money, come over here. It's a great way to get additional clients. And I think that's good. I'm a businessman. Good for them. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's cool. But Jan Lebowski says TradeStation does not have web interface for options. And yeah, I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting. So I do like it. These are kind of my best, and these are the top three that are out there, pretty much bar none. Ryan Simpson, I agree. Once you understand both Thinkorswim and Interactive Brokers, these two, type in a 3 if you're like a mathematician, engineer, physics, smart person. You're smart. You're much smarter than I am. So there's my 3s. Okay. Yeah, you guys are smart. Come on. You know who you are. I'm like a -8, but you guys know who you are. So Alex, I've met Alex personally. Alex is one of the smartest guys I've ever met in my life. If you like programming things and creating things and coming up with scripts and platforms and APIs and automatic entries those two brokers can do anything. If your mind can create it, those two brokers can do it. So I think that's interesting. Bill Monk says Thinkorswim is a challenging system to learn compared with either Options Express or Options House. That is correct. Options Express and Options House are kind of turnkey. Once you log in, you can kind of figure out what to do. Deepak, yep, I've been practicing that today, actually. So make sure to come back in the future when we will have more in-depth charting softwares, reviews, videos, write-ups. I'm going to be doing this with the brokers as well. So just kind of another heads up that TradingView, ladies and gentlemen, TradingView, charting softwares, brokers, I'm going to do them as much as I can to make as many videos. You think that'd be helpful? If Real Life Trading came up with the videos kind of on demand. So, for example, if you guys wrote in and said, hey, I'd like you guys to do a video on, I don't know, TradeStation. We could go in and do one on TradeStation. So that's really what real life trading is about. We're about enriching lives, right? That's our goal. And so I know a lot of you guys, there is one person in here that uses each one of these. Plus, I have students in here that are very, very well versed. So I'm gonna get to that in the future, students. About if you guys are interested in maybe doing some videos and showing us how to do cool stuff. We're gonna be creating that. I promise. That's going to be a huge, huge goal of mine. Huge goal. Curtis says, especially to show us how to set up the trade. Absolutely. Yeah, of course. All of that. So let me do a poll really quick just so I can get an idea of what you guys are doing these days. You crazy kids. You crazy kids. Let me see what you're doing. I'm going to do a poll. Which charting software do you use? Which charting software? I just like to know. I just want to know, I guess. Oh, interesting, Peg. Very interesting. So there should be a poll. You should be able to click on it. As far as your charting softwares, if you're on an iPad or an iPhone, you might not be able to see the actual poll, but. Karen said, Option Station Pro at TradeStation isn't a web interface. I don't know, Karen. I haven't been on TradeStation yet, but I think that's a thing that you have to download on your computer, right? All right. Let me close this survey. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. What happened? Oh, no. Here's the results. I'll bring this up here so my recording students can see it. 65% of you guys voted. Thank you so much for that. 14%, the setup inside Thinkorswim. So that's what that is, Sally. I mean, if you use a charting software, Thinkorswim has a charting software inside of it. But, most of you guys use that, and a lot of you use Trade Navigator. I can say if you are using Trade Navigator, I could save you right now about $100 a month. Switching to either, switching to TradingView, getting real-time data, you could probably save yourself like $100 a month. If you have real streaming data on Trade Navigator, that's like $120. TradingView, same exact data, almost equivalent charting software, $100 less a month. I think that's interesting. And yes, all right. So let me now wonder what broker do you guys have? What broker do you guys have? Oh, VectorVest. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the pricey ones, Santi. That's one of the pricey ones. Sally says, Thinkorswim is the bomb, guys, and the education trading videos is thorough. I agree. I'm a big fan of Thinkorswim. Yeah, that's all. I think I rated it pretty highly for a reason. I mean, I agree with you guys. It's definitely good. Karen said, that poll's no good if you have multiple brokers. Ah, true. True. All right, so I'll close and I'll share the results. Here you guys go. So most of you guys are using something other. Options House, 15% of you guys use Options House. 3%, 13% use Interactive Brokers. All right, cool. It's good to know. Give me a moment. Let me see if you guys can see my screen. 1 second. It's just going to take a second to switch over. Stan uses Trade King. How do you like Trade King, Stan? Heard good things about them. I heard good things about Trade King. I have one of the real life trading staff uses Trade King. He likes it. Okay, you guys say you got my desk. You've got it. Got my desktop. All right, cool. So there we go. There's brokers. I think that was a good chat. If you guys have any other questions, of course, feel free to let me know. Let's talk a little bit about the tools that many brokers offer. Many brokers they offer scanners. I will say this. I mean, real life trading is going to help you guys out with these. Most of you just like the way real life trading, breaks it down for you guys, makes it really, really simple. But many and most brokers have educational videos. So if you do not know how to use your broker or you want to use it better, I'm positive they have educational videos. A lot of brokers do have charting software. So again, if you're using something like Trade Navigator, but you're also using Thinkorswim, which has a charting software inside of it, I suggest using Thinkorswim. Cut your costs on Trade Navigator. That's what I would do. Come over here. So yeah, so they have scanners, educational videos, all that. Most brokers have virtual trading. Many of them should. Many of them should. Company reports, Morningstar ratings, things of that nature. I suggest only using a broker if they do have virtual trading. So virtual trading is really, really important, again, especially for my new traders, just so you guys can practice how it works, things of that nature, all that kind of good stuff. Jan said, trading average is great, but the data is so expensive that I stopped using it. Yep, I agree. I agree. Here's my favorite tool that most brokers offer. One of the other reasons I like interactive brokers. Margin. Margin. I like margin. What is margin, you might ask, or some of you might ask? Well, let me just kind of give you a breakdown of what margin is for my brand new traders out there. If you took $10,000 and deposited it into a brokerage account, you can have $20,000 of stock buying power. I think that's cool. That's a good amount of leverage. Would you guys agree? So if you have margin, take your margin, take your hard-earned money. If you have a margin account, you can have more money to buy. I think that makes it fun. So you have two different types of accounts out there in brokerages. You have cash and you have margin. That's really that's it at the end of the day. Those are the two type of accounts you can have. You can either have a cash account or you can have a margin account. Cash account is your money. Margin is other people's money. Simple as that. What's the pros and the cons? Well, here's the pros of a cash account. The pros of a cash account is it's easier to day trade using a cash account. And you have less exposed risk because you're only using your cash. The con of a cash account is you have no leverage. The only money you have to trade is what's yours, and you have to wait for trading funds to settle. In a cash account, you are quite limited to what you can do. You can't do credit spreads. You can't do most options selling strategies. Whatever money you have is the money you have to trade with. Now, if you do have a cash account, you can, and then it is easier to day trade. One of the pros of margin accounts is it gives you incredible leverage and it allows you to do many more strategies. Some of the con is sometimes can be a little bit more complicated if you're doing a more advanced strategy. And interest is charged when you use margin. Now, interest is very little. So again, imagine you have $10,000 and they give you $20,000 to trade with. Okay? That additional $10,000 is going to come with an interest. Now, it's very small. Depends on the broker. Sometimes it's 1%. It really is quite small. It depends on the broker. But it's not massive. And it's never deterred me away from using margin. Right? From using margin. Keith Andrews says, doesn't day trading require a $25,000 account? Not technically. Not technically, no. There are many, many things out there, Keith, available for you. Number one, if you have a cash account and you trade options, you can day trade every day up to the amount of the money in your account, for American accounts at least. So if you have let's say a $6,000 cash account and you day trade options, you have $6,000 of buying power every day to day trade options, but that's as much as you have. So for example, if you do a $3,000 investment, then you only have $3,000 to trade with for the rest of the day, so on and so forth. A second way around it is, regardless of what you have, regardless of what size account you have, if you only do two trades, two what's called round trips, buy and a sell, if you only do two of them and then you wait 5 days before you do another one, you're okay. Right? You're okay. So you have to give it time. So if you have less than $25,000, see, the thing is, what most people don't know is if you do 3 round trips in a 5-day calendar period, you'll be flagged as a pattern day trader, and then yes, you have to have $25,000 in your account, and if you don't, it'll get frozen. The other thing you can do is learn about proprietary trading. That's the other thing you can do. Type in a 4 if you would love to learn how to day trade for free with less than $5,000. And you can day trade as much as you want, all day, every day, all the time. Figured. You should probably then hop over to, a company called Real Life Trading. I heard they're pretty epic. I heard they're pretty cool. Come over here to where it says day trading on reallifetrading.com and slip right here this little tab that says proprietary trading. And read up on that and watch those 4 videos. Oh, by the way, they're entirely free. Pretty cool. See, Troy's like, how much does that cost? It's free, man. It doesn't cost a dime. Peg says they are revolutionary. Thank you, Peg. There you go. So that's how you can day trade for, it's so incredibly awesome. It's mind-blowing. It's almost unfair how cool it is. All right. So let's talk about this then, because again, this is something that some of you have brought up. Expose risk. So in a margin account, you are trading money that's not yours. Is that scary? Can that be scary? Sure. It can be a little scary. Right? If you risk more than you should, have you guys ever heard of a margin call? There's a movie, it's kind of bad, but it's called Margin Call. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay? Let's say, as an example, a trader has a $10,000 account. That trader goes and buys 200 shares of Apple at $99 per share using margin. Apple drops to $49 per share. How much money is lost? 10 grand. What's your account value? $9,800. How much money did you actually lose? 10 grand. And that was not your money to lose. You would get a margin call. That's what would happen. So I'm going to get a little deep on the next move. Just a tad. Okay? But a margin account is a loan from a brokerage firm. The loan proceeds are used to make an investment. If the value of the company XYZ shares drop past a certain point, say if you lose 25% of the original purchase value, this point is called the maintenance margin. The brokerage firm might make a margin call, meaning that within a few days and in some markets a few hours, you must deposit more cash or sell some of the shares to offset all or part of the difference between the actual stock price and the maintenance margin. Brokers have maintenance margin because they have lent you money and want you to mitigate the risk of you defaulting on the loan. Federal Reserve regulations and the broker initial policies determine the initial margin and maintenance minimum percentages. So all of that to say, bottom line, margin accounts allow investors to make investments with brokers' money. They act as leverage and they can magnify gains, but they can also magnify losses. For these reasons, margin accounts are generally for more sophisticated investors who understand and can handle the risk. Now, if memory serves me correctly, there was a class not too long ago that talked about risk exposure. Can you guys remember? Can you guys remind me of that? I remember there being a class somewhere that's free for anyone to. Oh yeah. Why don't you just risk your R? So it doesn't matter if you're using margin or not because you know how to mitigate risk. Is that an aha for anyone? Because if you have a margin account, let's say a $20,000 account, some of the money is not yours, so risk 1% of your account. Therefore, risk the same trade per trade every trade, which would be 1R. That's it. So here's the way it works. Let's say on JCPenney, you saw this candle right here, one white soldier. And you buy to open. So let's say, ladies and gentlemen, in this situation, you bought to open at 780 and you had a stop to sell to close at 670. And let's say you had an R of $150. How many shares would you buy? How many shares would you buy? I'll let you guys practice that. And so again, it doesn't matter on this particular trade how you're doing what you're doing. I'll explain what that means in a second. But the difference between these two numbers is 1.1. Take 150 and divide it by 1.1, and you'll come up with how many shares to buy. So 136. 136. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter if you're buying them on margin or not. If you're buying them on margin, you simply have to know what is your risk on that account. And if you lose, that's going to be a bigger loss than anticipated if you don't do your R strategy. You can't just go in and randomly buy on margin. You got to know how much you're trading. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? So margin's not scary. I use margin all the time. All the time. But you have to go in and know how much you're trading. I mean, if you have a $30,000 account and you have a 1 to 2 margin, how much can you trade, students? Especially the new ones out there. If you have a 1 to 2 margin account, you have $60,000 of buying power. Ladies and gentlemen, 60 grand. It's a big deal. So what's 1% of $60,000? What's 1%? 600. What's 2% of 30,000? 600. Same number. You guys get what I'm saying? So you can just simply use their money to buy with. Now here's the cool thing. Your margin won't be actually used until you use up your money. So if you do one trade and you spend $15,000 of actual investment, and you do another trade of $15,000 of actual investment, you haven't used any margin yet. Until you do another trade, let's say you do another trade of $15,000, then that will be the money that's margined. But again, you still come up with your R, and you still risk the exact same amount of money, and that's it. Simple as that. Simple, simple, simple. Any questions about that, ladies and gentlemen? Because again, margin's a tool. A lot of people are scared of margin because they heard about things that happened in '08 and margin calls and all that kind of good stuff. I like it. Alex Wong, who's a good friend of mine. Alex, I'm so glad you asked that question. I promise it's actually on my slide at the bottom. You can't see it. But Alex just said, what's the maximum number of R trades that you should put on at the same time? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, how many R's should be risked in a month? I mean, if you're in 100 trades and you risk 1R on every single trade and you lose on every single trade, your account's gone, pretty much. So how many should you trade? Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, that's class number 4. And that is Thursday, which is also free of charge. No sales pitch. So Alex, is a very good question, man. I'm going to answer that on Thursday. I know the suspense is killing you, but I'll help you out. And it's really it's really simple. The answer is less is more. And the other answer is there's no right or wrong. Oh, the answer is 11. Like there's no exact, there's no exact number. I mean, the bigger account, the more trades you're able to be in. If you want, Alex, on Thursday when you come back, buddy, I'm happy to talk about how many trades you ran last month, how you did, how you felt about it. But the truth of the matter is less is always more. Less is always more in trading. Personally, so that you guys know, I have a trading plan that says no more than 6 trades a month, max. 6 trades a month, max. The bigger the account, the more trades you can do. But I'll put it to you guys this way. I'll show you my trading plan. We'll build a trading plan on Thursday. But if you're doing more than 6 right now, just question that a little bit. Because that's the max that I'm doing every month. Swing trades, 6. So if you're doing like 37, you're probably stressed out. You probably have a hard time sleeping. You probably have indigestion. You're probably at your computer all the time, on your phone all the time, checking stuff all the time. And right, guys, that's what real life is about, is life. You got to have life. You got to have life. You got to have things that you can appreciate, things that you do, things that you love, things that you enjoy, right? Bob's, in my opinion, Class 4 is the most important class and is a must for anyone that doesn't have a plan. Yeah, without question, ladies and gentlemen. I would say this. If you have any friend who is trading the market, get them to Class 4. I promise, you have my word. There's no sales pitch. There is nothing in Class 4, nothing going on. Just show up, because I want you guys to build a trading plan. I want to help you. I'm going to show you not only what my trading plan is exactly, I'm going to show you how to build one. And then from there, all you have to do is follow it. That's it. All you have to do is follow your trading plan. Control yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You can control the market. Grow yourself, and you can grow your bank account. All those cool little terminologies. And Class 4 is going to be a very just kind of open, free-flowing form discussion. I would love for you guys to have a very simplistic written trading plan after Thursday's class. I guarantee you the majority of traders out there do not have it, do not have a trading plan, and you've got to. You've got to. Karen says, laughter cures many ills. So true. Bob says, it's created discipline in my trades and made me a better trader. You have been significantly better last few months, Bob, just between me and you. I mean, you were good. Now I think you're like great. Like you're just kind of crushing at this point. Chris said, do your 6 trades a month include day trades, or is this separate? The 6 trades a month, Chris, is swing trades. I have 2 trading plans. And Karen, this kind of answers your question earlier. I have a swing trading plan and a day trading plan. You guys remember the 2 different time frames, right? This one's a few weeks to a few months. This one's a few minutes to a few hours. And if you want to have a core swing trading plan or a life swing trading plan, you can have those 2 as well. Those 2 are the ones that are like months and months and months and months and years and years and years and so on and so forth. Ah, Peg, that is amazing. I love that. Thank you. Peg, I've become so much more zen since I joined real life trading. Zen's a good word. I like zen. Zen's good. There is something out there called Zen Trading, I think, actually, too. There's so many trading companies out there. It's wild. It's wild. Chris, yeah, you're welcome, man. My pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions for me? Like I said, that's it. That's all I have. You're welcome to review this video anytime. I'll be doing more. Tell everyone you can about real life trading. Our mission is to enrich lives. Help us achieve that mission. let anyone anytime know that if we can do anything better, there's our email address. And I'm happy to help in any way I can. So at this point, I'll say review the material, hop over to class 4, take hold of your future, be incredible. Let us know what we can do. I love the fact that there's over 100 real life traders here tonight, and I just want you guys to spread the message, because trading profession is something that I want people to be more aware of, right? We're all traders at heart, but very few people have any idea what we do. They really have no idea. So I want to show them, because with the internet and the advances of technology and the things that are going to be transpiring in the future, there's so many opportunities for any person of any race and religion and geographical preference and income stream. They have the ability to get out of debt, pay off all their credit cards, start buying investment properties, and just be a real life person with love in their hearts and generosity and humbleness and honor for what's been given to them in the future. And that's what trading is all about, guys. That's what it's about. Trading is about becoming the person that you have to become in order to trade successfully. So with that, I leave you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. Kenneth, you guys rock. Angelica, you're welcome. Walt, Chris, Deepak, you guys are phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I hope to see you guys in Thursday's class for the creating a trading plan. But until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See you later.